HR. The time is 10 a.m. In attendance are Commissioners Matari, Brooks, and Duncan. Are there changes to the agenda?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes, we want to add a fourth item
Okay.
related to the public defender, which would
Okay.
include an executive session, 1D.
Okay. Are you good with that, Bill?
I don't know anything about it.
It was an email that Dave sent us yesterday afternoon, and I responded that we would talk about it this morning.
Okay, so I'm trusting you too to,
Yeah, it's fine.
okay.
All right, so I'll
Bruce
second
goes,
that.
It's there.
I'll second
Okay.
that motion.
that's fine.
Bill Brooks,
Aye.
Commissioner Matari,
Aye.
Chair Duncan.
Aye. All right, public comment. Hearing none. Our first item, initial classification evaluation, and this is a position requested, full-time employee or equivalent initial classification approval. And I think we were going with HR, or are we going with community? Okay.
Reba Gritness, Community Development, for the record. We're just asking for approval for HR to do the initial classification of a potential position that we're requesting.
All right. Questions, thoughts on that?
The only comment I had was it had to do with the section on generating reports, metrics, and things like that. Would be also to provide to the board, just to include that in there. Outside of that, I mean, we've talked about it, so.
And the board will actually have a option to change things in the description once it's formatted through HR and everything, so. Okay.
Yeah, but just, for the purpose of the board to be able to see these things, you
Yeah.
know.
All right, so HR, we're putting our process, we had talked to the board about a couple weeks ago on job evaluations and classifications. So this came up right after that. That's why we're coming before you together to get that, go ahead to do the job evaluation for this potential new position. And I know higher duty pay was discussed at that community development meeting, but since there isn't a position available, trying to establish higher duty pay for it would have been difficult. So that's why we've come with the request for approval.
All right, is there a motion?
I move that we approve the initial classification evaluation for a requested full-time equivalent position with community development.
I second the motion.
Bill Brooks,
Aye.
Commissioner Matari,
Aye.
Chair Duncan.
Aye. All right, item 2, vacation policy 311, proposed revisions with HR.
Okay. Sylvia Proud for the record. A group of us have been meeting regarding our vacation policy, and some research was done through HR. Zach reached out to about a dozen employers and gathered information on when vacation accruals begin for employees. And what we found is about 9 out of 12 of these employers allow immediate accrual of vacation leave. So our existing policy, you have to be here 6 full months, and then on that 6th month, you get 40 hours put into your bank. That's really a long time typically in the government sector to wait to receive your vacation accruals. So we worked with the auditor's office on this, and legal has reviewed the policy. Our proposal is to allow employees from the date of hire to start accruing their vacation. The second thing we incorporated into the policy change was that vacation accruals will not be earned if the employee has not actively worked for 6 consecutive months, whether or not the employee has existing accrual balance. We also added a vacation accrual balance does not guarantee continued employment with the county. And the other major change we added, accrued unused vacation leave will be paid out upon separation provided the employee has been employed with the county for at least 6 months from the time they separate. So if you're here 4 months and you decide to leave, you forfeit your accruals. And that was a request through the auditor's office, and it's reasonable to ask for that. Payroll did Rayanne put a report together for us to see how many employees that would impact, because what we want to do is, if this policy is approved by the board, we'd like to give, there's approximately 88 employees who would have accruals put into their vacation balance immediately. So that would be our ask to make them whole, and it's approximately 88 employees. Any questions for us?
Thoughts, questions?
I mean, I'm fine with the policy change. You're obviously going to have, these accruals go right into the employee's account, but if they stick around, they're going to get them anyhow.
Right.
So, the only loophole is if you leave before, some period of time, but even then, I guess you still got to be with us for 6 months before you get anything, so.
Yeah, so I don't think we're losing anything, because you have to be here 6 months before you gain anything. And if you're not here 6 months, then you don't get paid those accruals.
Yeah.
So I think it's good. My only question is, on the paperwork we have, both of the charts say 180th day after date of hire. So should that be changed?
Oh, in our, in the draft policy?
Yes.
And there is one question, and maybe it just got past me here, but you
Oh,
can,
yes. We do need to clean that up, sorry.
Okay.
A lot of eyes have looked at it and we've all missed it, so we will fix that.
Can you use your vacation time?
For what?
Can you use your vacation time before 6 months?
Yes.
Yes.
So technically, there is a little bit of a,
Yes, they would be allowed to use it, because a lot of people, if they've come to us with a lot of experience and left an agency that they've been with for years,
yeah.
they leave behind all those accruals and so forth. And, life happens, and we really feel like this will be a good recruiting and retention tool. And also from a lot of work-life balance, things happen in our lives, even when we take on new jobs, that at least they'd have some sort of leave and not be without income should something happen.
Yeah.
All right.
I move that we approve vacation policy 311 with the proposed revisions and HR
And I would just ask that we
with the amended.
apply the new policy to those 80 positions.
Yes.
Okay.
And that we apply the policy to the existing 80 positions in the county.
Yes, thank you. And we'll bring it forward at the business meeting for ratification with the resolution.
Okay.
Oh,
As well.
perfect.
Okay.
Okay.
Well, then I'll second the motion.
Bill Brooks.
Aye.
Commissioner Matari,
Aye.
Chair Duncan.
Aye. All right. Item 3, vacation donation program, policy 316, elimination with HR. Ms. Proud.
All right. Sylvia Proud for the record. Beginning January 1st, 2025, the Board of County Commissioners had approved a new benefit for county employees, and that's our short-term disability coverage. And what that does is it allows for employees to have continued pay while out on approved medical leave, non-workers comp related. And so what we're asking the board to do, because the vacation donation program was kind of an offset to not having anything available to employees, it hasn't been sustainable, and it's the donations have pretty much depleted, and we kind of see it as if you're in a bigger department, people get more donations, or if you're well-known, you get more donations. So by doing just our short-term disability plan coverage for the employees, it's consistent across the board. And so what we're asking the board to do is to discontinue the vacation donation program as of January 1.
Yeah. All right. Bill, thoughts on that?
I think it's a good idea.
Okay.
Yeah, I think it's a good idea. I just have a couple questions about it because you make a change here and sometimes it affects other components. But the vacation time, we don't have a use it or lose it policy with vacation.
Yes.
For vacation, you can only accrue up to 240 hours.
So you do lose
And
it.
then anything
Yes.
above that, you would lose.
Yeah, okay. Then it's fine. It makes perfect sense. So I move that we approve the vacation donation program policy 316 of eliminating it with human resources.
I second the motion.
Bill Brooks.
Aye.
Commissioner Matari.
Aye.
Chair Duncan.
Aye. And then, Darren, does that need to come back to a business meeting as well? Because we're eliminating something?
Yes, resolution.
Okay, perfect.
And do we want a date on that or like December 31?
Correct, because the new program doesn't start until January 1.
Yeah,
Yep,
okay.
yep.
I failed to say for the vacation policy, we actually wanted it to go into effect pay period 23, which is October 20th.
Okay, but if you have your resolution by Tuesday, we'll make it effective that day.
Okay.
Yeah, so you
All
can
right,
put it in
I'll
your
work with
resolution.
Darren and civil team.
Perfect. All right, with that, I will ask for public comment again before we go into executive session. Anybody on the line? Nope, okay. So then I would take a motion to move into executive session 74206.
I move that we enter into executive session per Idaho Code 74-2061D.
I second the motion.
Bill Brooks.
Aye.
Commissioner Matari.
Aye.
Chair Duncan.
Aye.
executive session. 1D with staff to proceed as discussed.
I second the motion.
Bill Brooks.
Aye.
Commissioner Matari.
Aye.
Chair Duncan.
Aye, and 10:27, meeting adjourned.